Now there are lots of jokes about professions, for example, lawyers. 99% of lawyers get the rest a bad name. Now that's rather cruel because everyone knows it's only 95%. But there are an awful lot of doctor jokes. Oh, you heard it. Doctor, doctor, I've got a snooker ball up my arse. Go to the end of the queue. Or doctor, doctor, I've got a cricket ball up my arse. How's that? Now don't you start. And so on. But this is a doctor story which it carry on. This doctor story is rather different. One day a man came into the surgery and the doctor said, yes, well, what can I do for you? He said, Don Doctor, you've got to help felt me. I'm ill in the most awful trouble. I can't find hell felt pull footing at LF in the middle fiddle of Elfrevery Worldford. I sail fay. And the says, what? He says, Don Doctor, I've got a telferable Spelfeech impelfediment. I can't find hell felt pull footing and LF in the middle fiddle of Elfrevy Worldford. I sail fay. The doctor said, well, I see you've got a terrible speech impediment. You can't help putting an LF in the middle of every word you say. Yell fest off opera, Mulfast and Balfang, yell for every telephone, my own for my mouth, I'll peep fit, still fit and snill figure, and quail fry, foul frau, fang, frankly, a gill fetting, pill fist, all for. The doctor said, look, come down. He said, I think we'll probably help you. I think what your problem is probably stress, or strelfest, as you call it. Now, what I want you to do is to take 3 weeks off work, starting immediately, and go and spend the next 3 weeks doing whatever you find the most relaxing. For example, if you're a sailor, go sailing for 3 weeks. If you're a fisherman, go fishing for 3 weeks. If you like lying on the beach, well, that would do as well. Now, I think you'll find that your speech impediment clears up, and if it doesn't, come and see me. Well, 3 weeks go by, and back it comes. The doctor says, well, you're certainly looking a lot better. Has the speech impediment cleared up, as I said it would? Well, no, fold off octave, fell, if anything, it's well first than before for. The doctor said, well, that's quite extraordinary. He said, well, he said, tell me, what have you been doing for the last 3 weeks? He said, well, felt a foctor, sulfun as I know first the sulfurgery, I jalfamt into a talfaxi, strelfate, malfact to my apartment, palfact and alpha the sulfun case, jalfamt into an alpha the talfaxi, to lilfevel strelfate, relfa with stelfation, to the Corforth and Alphex to Spelfeech trail for into Nolforix. The doctor said, slow down. And thank God he did. He said, well, for Dr. Seussford was I go for to Nolforix, a half-footed Carfar, Strelfed out to my coal-footage on the Norfolk of Broadfords, Spelfeech Thilfing, I Dilfy was to Grafan, my Trelfasty Lawful Molfower, Molford the Lawful, beautiful Lawful, I've got Palfart Grafas, and Palfart Alfalfa. Thelfen elf every morning, football falling and dolphin, I jalfam Belfen, Grandfam my shofot gun, jalfam to my rofa in Belfort, and Spelfen and elfex thrillfee wheelfix, shofooting dulfax on the malfarches. I grandfam my dulfac lawful go and when the dulfax flew over, I pull for the shofot go onto my shofot, Balfang! In thrillfee wheelfix I shofot, 1232 full dulfax, 12 gilfees, and a palfarsing pilfidgeon. The doctor said, well, he said, that's extraordinary. He said, obviously your condition is much more serious than I had supposed. He said, now, come behind the screen and take your clothes off. The first thing I want you to do is to say, now far, right now, cough, cold froth. He said, right, lie on the couch, let's take a proper look at you. And he prods him and he looks at him and he feels him and then he says, look, I can't help noticing one thing. You're particularly well endowed down there, if I may say so. You're first off, the Selfex is the only body blowfish or I go fetch in last night. And the doctor said, yes, well, I've got some good news and some bad news. I'm afraid the size of your male member is directly the cause of your speech impediment, and bad news is we're going to have to cut it off. Wolfart! No, fart, my tolfodger, my jolfon tolfomus, my trophas a snail, my just come down. I did say there was some good news as well, and the good news is that with the wonders of medical science we can replace your very impressive member with a perfectly normal sized one, and your sex life will not be affected in any way. Do you feel profile, Mr. Orford? Yes, I certainly do. You've got me at it now. Yes, I do. Well, off he goes and he has the operation. A couple of months later, he's back. And he says to the doctor, now look, doc, as you can hear, the operation worked perfectly for the first time for a very long time. I could communicate with my fellow human beings without being laughed and tittered at. But I'm afraid you were wrong about one thing. Sex is just not the same. And look, I don't want to appear ungrateful, but I just want to ask you if there's any chance that the operation can be reversed. And the doctor looked at him and said, until very sulphurious, completely impossible.